Hey everybody, got a Brave review for you today. This is the Brave Fighter of Sun Fighbird, and this is Thunder Baron. And you can see this box is pretty big, and there's a nice picture of Thunder Baron on the front and his combined jet mode. And down the left hand side you can see the different individual robots. We've got Ace Baron, Drill Baron, Road Baron, Aqua Baron and Sky Baron. This is the Korean Sonicon reissue release. These are officially licensed from Takara Toys, who made the original. And these are pretty nice sets. This one isn't fantastic, but it certainly has a good looking box. And on the side you can see it's very, very, very thin. Next to nothing on the width on this box. You can see both sides there. And on the top, it right way around, you can see there's Thunder Baron's head, and underneath we've just got this logo, which I think it goes that way up. Yeah, that'd be right. DX5. DX is the deluxe, and with all the Braves you get a deluxe version and you get a standard version, and the deluxe ones are the ones to go for because they're a lot bigger and the transformations are a lot better. And on the back there you can see there's some little pictures. Got the old grid lines that they've pinched from Transformers there, and you can see the 5 different robots, and pretty much the same that we saw on the front. And these human characters here, these were all the characters in the cartoon. Inside the box everything comes in this nice plastic tray, and you can see in the middle there that's Ace Baron, and bottom left the blue plane, that would be Sky Baron. Top left we've got Drill Baron and Road Baron, and top right we've got Aqua Baron, and all the other pieces are little weapons and things to go with each robot. We also get this sticker sheet, and you can see I've applied these. They weren't too bad to peel off. There were some cutting issues on some of the Brave toys. I seem to have missed a sticker there, not sure where that goes. But the stickers on this are really poor. They are very, very not sticky at all, and they just peel off, and I'll show you some of that in more depth when we look at the figures. And as usual we get an instruction sheet, black and white, thin paper, unfolds and shows you all the different robot modes. Very similar to what we would get with the Transformers release. And you can see down the bottom there we've got Takara as well as the Sonicon. So this is Road Baron, and he's a little truck, and I really don't like him very much at all, I must admit. He's got a wheel there that's movable, and then he's got a moulded wheel which is just poor, and then at the front we've got a wheel there that doesn't turn at all, but these ones do. The stickers, right, you look at that side, that sticker there is factory applied. Then we get this thing that goes from there to there, that is one you stick on yourself, and you can tell that because it's falling off. But they're a different colour, they don't fit properly, it's just not very good at all. We've got number 3 on the front, and up here you can see these stickers, they look like vintage stickers already, they've got big creases in them. Really, really poor quality this one. Plastic's alright, but it's just the design's not fantastic. So to transform him, we flip that bit over, yeah, we move that round, that comes down, his little head turns round, that goes back up, and we've got some arms. He also comes with these guns, very similar to what we used to see on the old Transformers combiners. And do they fit in his hands? No, they don't. They only seem to fit in, that's where they go up there. So you can have some head cannons if you so desire. And due to his transformation, his head does actually turn, which I suppose is something. His legs are just one big solid block, and his arms move like that. So he's not the greatest figure. Well, these guns as well, I forgot to show you, but they can fit on in vehicle mode, and they just sit on the back of the truck like that, pointing upwards. and you can tilt them a little bit but they fall off. So not very good. He's my least favourite out of this set. Next up we have Drill Baron, and he's a drill tank, which is something the Japanese seem to absolutely love. You see loads of them in the Brave series. There's a couple in Transformers, but these things are just not practical either. I mean, that's going to turn round and then you're going to be stuck with that bit in the rock. Just doesn't make any sense to me. And you can see this guy's number 2. To be fair, the stickers on this one are pretty good. They do sort of stay where they're supposed to be, except for maybe these ones. You can see it lifting up a little bit there. Now he does have a pair of guns, which are these ones, left and a right, and these can plug in up the top there, one on each side, and you've got some little cannons that do move up and down, if that's what you want. So to transform him, we'll get rid of them, and you can see underneath where this is going to go, because there's his head. So we're going to turn that round, flip his little feet out. I do like the orange and black combination. That is very 80s. And there's his little arms. So in robot mode, he's got this big cone for his head, which does remind me of, was it Fighter from the GoBots? He had a head shaped like that, and he's just got a face stuck to the front of it, which isn't brilliant, is it really? He's not too bad at the top. He's got great big legs, one solid bit, but he does have some definition on his feet. I suppose that's something. And you can reattach his guns on his shoulders in a different hole, which is quite a neat little feature. At least he's got some shoulder cannons. So that is Drill Baron. So this is Sky Baron, and to be honest, he's my favourite out of this set. He's a little jet, he's got a good colour. His stickers are all pretty good, apart from this one on the front that wants to curl up all the time. He's a little bit blocky, yes, but nice little jet mode, I think. Underneath you can see there's his head, and you can tell they're going to be arms, and do they look like feet to you? But other than that, he's pretty good. And he comes with these guns, and these just pop in the holes on the side of him there. You can have them like that, or I suppose if you want you could plug them in there as well and have them like that. So to transform him, get rid of them, then we take that section, flip it back, and there's his little head, and these move at the elbow. Give you some arms, pull that down. Got one big solid block of plastic for legs, and these wings you can flip them back and have it like that, or if you really want to do it that way you can flip them forward and have them like that. So in robot mode we can attach his little weapons again. Now you can put them in the sides of his arms like that, which is very G1 Seekers. Or you can put them in his shoulders and have little cannons up the top there. Either way you want to do it. Last of the smaller robots we've got Aqua Baron, and he's a bright orange submarine. And to be fair, he wouldn't be too bad, except for these stickers. These are a real pain. He's got 4 on each side, and not one of them wants to stay put. So we'll put them all flat and see how long this lasts, and I'm willing to bet they've all popped up before I get them transformed. So that's what the stickers are supposed to look like, which is fine if they stayed where they were. Maybe some glue or paint them or something might solve that, but to be honest I just put this guy back in the box when I was done with him. And on the front we've got the same issue as we did on Sky Baron, where he's got a flat sticker on a curve and it sticks up at the sides and doesn't want to stay put. If his stickers were alright he wouldn't be too bad at all. I mean he's a submarine that looks like a plane, fair enough, but He's not too bad. He's very, very similar to Sky Baron. Transforms in just about the same way, but he's a submarine. And he has two little guns, and these fit on just like they did on Sky Baron. Get all of them. And they will go in the sides like that. I suppose they would be torpedoes, wouldn't there, if you were in a submarine. And there you can see stickers are coming up already. So let's transform him, get rid of those, and exactly the same. Move that, and there's his head. His arms are there. Can't remove. They don't want to move. There we go. That's it. So he's got two arms sort of at the elbow. Pull them apart a little bit. His feet are already there. And then again you can do them forward if you want to do it like that. I can put them back if you want to do it like that. And his guns, will they go in his hands? I think they do on this one, yeah. You can put them in his hands, or you can put them back in those holes on his shoulders. Up to you entirely. So this is Ace Baron, and just like all the Transformers combiners from G1, this is a very similar premise. You've got 4 small robots to form the limbs, and you've got a leader who forms the main body and head. So you can see he's a sort of a tank thing. Now he does have a problem here. These little bits, you push them together, they come apart. You push them together, they come apart. You can sit there and do that forever. It will not have it. Every single time pops back out. On the top there you can see this nice red foily bit, and this is very susceptible to scratches. You can probably see a few there, and we can clearly see that's going to be his head. Underneath you can see lots of robot-y bits. So he wouldn't be much of a tank without some guns, and he comes with 2, and these are these whacking great pieces, and they're just pegging these little holes. Now what's unfortunate here is they are exactly the same. So if you're looking at it from this side, it looks alright. Look at it from that side, you can see we've got screw holes on both sides. Now wouldn't it make more sense to just have the screw holes on the insides, so you're not permanently stuck with him looking from that angle? Doesn't work for me, that. But on the plus side, these do actually move up and down, and they are quite good cannons, I suppose. Can't argue with that. And he's got little wheels underneath. There's one there and one there. Very tiny little wheels, and it's sort of simulated tank treads, a la G1 Transformers. So it will roll backwards and forwards reasonably well. Unfortunately on the front you can see these big clips where the limbs are going to attach to, and we've got some big holes in the side that the arms are going to fit in. Other than that, he's not too bad at all. Black and white's good colours, nice red chrome bit, shame it scratches, but not a lot you can do about that. And to be fair, apart from these little stickers here, the rest of them aren't too bad at all. So to transform this guy, we get rid of them. Now looking at it from there, you're going to think that's going to be his head, they're going to be his arms, and these are going to be his legs, and you'd be absolutely wrong. These are going to be his legs, these are his arms, and his head is actually in there, because this head is the head for Thunder Baron. So we actually see him from this side. Got little feet, these flip down, quite nice. And he also has some arms, and these just sort of move like that. Now what's unfortunate is he doesn't actually have any fists, this guy. If you look on the top, there his fists there, moulded in and miles away from the end of his hands, and that's just lazy. I mean, I would have been quite happy with some plastic fists that plug into there. That wouldn't have been a problem at all, but that's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. So with his guns we can plug these back in somewhere. I think they'll fit on his arms. Yeah, you can plug them in there. So at least he sort of can hold something technically. So you can have his guns like that, or however you want to point them. Which lets him down quite a bit because his legs are pretty good. The top half of him's pretty good, but the arms, they're really not very good at all. They do move in and out like that, and you can move the elbow, which is nice, and you can also move the shoulders a little bit. But not having hands, that's unforgivable. So that's him in his robot mode, and we also get a combined jet mode. So to do that we need to put everybody back out of the way. So he goes back into his tank mode, and that's going to form the main body of the jet. Then we take Road Baron, and what this guy does, he's got little grooves there, and there's some little slots to put them in, and he just slides in like that, and then he's pretty much mounting the back of him here, and he sits like that. And now his head does stick out like that, and that is the official transformation, but thankfully we can at least turn that round. I'd rather see the back of his head with a hole in it than see his face sticking out the top of the jet, because that's just stupid. So that's going to be the main body. So next up we take Drill Baron, and he's got these little clips, and they're going to fit into these little slots, and he's a little bit awkward getting them both in at the same time and getting him to stay put. Doesn't want to do it today. There's one, there's the other. So for the wings of this jet we can take Sky Baron next, and he's going to clip on the side somehow. That little peg there, that little peg there, and that sort of locks him in. These pegs are actually don't fit at all. They're much smaller than the holes that they go in, but it's pretty tight on the other one, so it does hold. And same principle on this side, one in the back, and the front one doesn't really sit in very well. So that gives us his wings, and that is pretty much the combined jet mode for Thunder Baron. Now you can soup him up with all the weapons, so let's have a go at that. Get these guns and stick them in there. They just go in pretty much the same place where they went when it was in tank mode. Then we'll take these. A lot of this is optional, you can stick them wherever really. Give the wings a little bit more firepower. And then we've got these ones, and we can put these on the back. What else have we got? These little black ones will fit on there. And is there any room for the other guns? Ah yeah, the front, we can stick these on. These will just go into Drill Baron, right at the very front. So at least we can use all the pieces, that's something. And you've got super firepower, battle mode. So to make Thunder Baron, we take the main piece of Ace Baron, flatten his stickers there, and we move this bit up. Now that is going to be his head, and we need to have his arms at that angle. You can go one more click if you want, but that's not the right way to do it. It needs to be like that. And these aren't articulated at this point, so we've just got to leave them as they are. And this section is actually his waist, and they're going to be his legs. So that's it for him. So next up we're going to take Sky Baron, and he's going to be one of the legs. And what we do is we flip this bit all around, that way on, keep his head out the way, and that's actually going to be a foot. So he's upside down to what he was when he was in his robot mode. And we've got a little clip there, and that's going to fit into there. And then we've got one leg, and we need another leg, so this one's going to do exactly the same. Move the wings out the way. There's a little foot, and that's going to pop in there. And we now have a pair of legs. So to put his arms on, we're going to take Aqua Baron, and we're going to move him to that position. And then we've got to flip this little peg all the way around. And then this bit lifts up, this bit spins around, must be the other way, that's it. And that bit can go back where it was. We've now got a fist there, we've got a little joint to put in, and there's a hole there, and that's just going to peg in, and then we've got an arm. Then we'll take Drill Baron and do pretty much the same thing with this guy. Get him to that position, flip out his little hinge, get rid of them, and need to lift that piece up, spin out his fist, that gives us that, and that's going to plug in on the other side, giving us his fists. So we can put some guns on him. We've got these little parts up the top now, and we can stick these big boys in there. And they'll fit on like that, and you can move them up and down just like you could before. And there's not really much else you can fit on him. I suppose you've got the little guns you could put in there, I suppose. But nothing else really fits very well. You can't really do anything with these holes in the fists. He's only got that one on that side. I suppose you could put these little guns up here, but there's not much point in that. Or you've got the sides of his legs, you could put these on there if you wanted to. So this is Thunder Baron all combined now, and to be fair, he looks okay in this mode. He's got an issue there with his waist, it doesn't hold together at all, so he's got this big split down him, and his feet are a little funny looking. Well, the top half of him's pretty good, the arms look decent and chunky, and his head's not too bad a sculpt. He could have done with a bit of chrome on there maybe, but yeah, not a lot you can do about that. And these guns, these are rather impressive looking cannons. But as you can see, when I move that, he wobbles about a bit. He's not very sturdy really. Around the back you can see all the other stickers on there and things. He's okay. But for Brave toys, okay is not good enough, let's face it. Some of the Brave toys are some of the best transforming toys ever made. And this one's just mediocre at best, I would say. On the plus side, he's extremely cheap. He's probably the cheapest Brave you can find, especially this Sonicon reissue. Check out on eBay, there's loads of them, and they really don't cost much at all. The box is huge, but very, very thin. The combined robots, not bad. The individual robots are awful, let's face it. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing this one. If you're going to get a Brave and you haven't got any already, don't get this one. Save the money, get something better. But if you're completing Braves, then I suppose you're going to have to buy it eventually, so you might as well bite the bullet while he's really cheap. So this has been Luke with Thunder Baron. Thanks for watching, see you next time.